here with you, and I've got a haul for you. It's from Value Village. It's not that much crafty stuff, but I still wanted to share it with you guys because I'm always very excited to share with you what I find. So I went there because I was looking for some pie plates. I don't know what happened to mine. I had a few and then now they've kind of disappeared. So usually what I do is I make 2 pies at once. And I put one in the freezer and we eat the other. This way, whenever I have visitors that I didn't expect, I can just pull out the pie and bake it. So it's ready to bake, but it hasn't been baked yet. So I found 2 dishes. I was a bit disappointed that there was only 2, but 2 is better than nothing at all. I found something super fun. I found this here. So I'm looking forward to using that as a display type of item in my kitchen. I don't know yet what, but it works fabulously, like really good. So I mean, if you have an egg that you want to beat, that would really work for it. But yeah, I just thought it was so fun that I had to get it. And then I found some more jars because I'm going through jars like crazy. I'm canning like there's no tomorrow. So I found those. I found 5 of these size. And then I found some white mouth because those are harder to find and they're much more expensive. So I was happy to find some. And I found some smaller jars as well, a set of those. So I found another one. This one is really nice. It says ball on it. And I check, whenever I buy these jars, I always check inside here that nothing is broken and that they're okay, because otherwise, if they were broken, I wouldn't be able to use them. So that kind of defeats the purpose of this thing, right? So here's another small one. And then I found this one here, which is a different size, but it's still a white mouth. So it's the 250, I guess, is the equivalent of this, but in a wide jar. So I really like that size because I figure, depending on what you're canning, like for example, if you're canning meat, it's a lot harder to pull out of small mouth jars. So that's another one of those. Another one of these. And this. So there was a set of 4 of these, 5 of these. So I'm missing some here. Here's another one. And I also got, this is the last one. I also got this here, which I really like. This is a very old jar and it has a bubble in it. And now I have some old, I have one old jar cover and I don't have a jar for it. So I'm going to try it on this one. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to use it for putting some plants in it for when I'm doing like basil. I'm starting new basils. I thought that would be a fun jar to use for that if the cover doesn't work. But I'm hoping that the cover I've got will work on this. So we shall see. It's one of those covers that has a glass part and then just the switch thing like this, but it's much bigger. So anyway, we shall see. I found a few books. Not that many, but not that I need any books at all, but I just had to get these because they reminded me of when I was a kid. So there's ID, and then there's this one here is Olé. It's a Français first cycle, and I like using these in the journals that I make, so I'm going to be using those pages. These, I don't know if I'm going to be using them or not, because I just like the fact that they're vintage and yeah. So I got that one as well to use in some journals. I really like the imagery on them. It's older, as well. These are also older, and this one, like, they were worth 50 cents at the time. So they're they're Jughead's comics. So I got 2 of them. I got this book also to use in some journals. It's the same type of size, so I really like that. I got this, which is Bobino et Bobinette. That's a show I used to watch when I was a kid. So I thought it was fun that there was a cartoon. It's definitely not something new. It's I was trying to find the age of the book, and I didn't find it, so I don't know how old it is, but I would suspect that it dates from the 70s, because that's when I was watching that show. And then I found 2 of these, which are candy, which is also from when I was a kid, and you can tell the illustrations, and it's also from basically the 70s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think for that one I saw it 1978. So yeah, so I was right. So those were when I was a kid in elementary school. Then I found these here, which I purchased because of the frames. Always looking for frames for some art that I'm doing, some Zentangling. So there's that. And I purchased these here because I have 2 dogs and they make messes on the floor. And as you know, I'm not buying paper towels anymore. So because I'm not buying any paper towels, except for when I was camping, just because it's more convenient when you're camping, I can't carry as many rags and whatever. But for the house, there's no paper towels. So the mess that goes on the floor, I don't want to pick up with the rags that I use for the kitchen counter. So I've got different rags, and I got these 2 bags. They were $2 each, and there's many different towels in them, face cloth and that sort of thing. But I think it's going to be perfect to pick up whatever spoilage is on the floor. Then I found this here, which I was really excited about. It's the game Jungle Speed. We love that game. I have a set of that game, but I figured since I found an extra one, that I could give it to one of my kids, because just because it's fun for them to have one. So yeah, so that's why I got that at $2.99. It's really not expensive, because those games usually cost over $20. And then I found this here, which was $2.99, but I got it because there's some vintage playing cards in here, which I really liked, so I got it for those. But there's also little magnets, so that could be useful. There's some of those big paper clips, which I use when I'm making something and I need to keep it open, so might as well put them in the garage here. And what else is in there? There's a little pocket of something, and then there's a little bag for sunglasses and stuff like that. So those I will probably give back, but I will use the cards for sure, and the little magnets will be useful. So that was my haul for today. Like I said, it's mostly kitchen stuff, but there was a few books, and I still like sharing with you what I find and what interests me and what I'm really into. So like I said, right now I'm really into canning, and finding the wide mouth ones, I was really happy. Because some sets, like on Amazon or at Walmart, there's actually like 4 wide mouth like these, for when they're smaller they seem to cost more, because there's a set of 9 that's 750 milliliters, and that's $13. But for the smaller ones, they're often really expensive, so I don't know what's up with that, but so I was happy to find some. So that is it for now. Bye everyone.